everyone! Welcome to the Game of Nerds! This is the Fall Domination TV Part 1. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have Nico. We have Shannon.
Hi, everyone.
We have John. Hi, John. Say hi.
Hi, John. Say hi.
Say hi, John.
What's up, guys?
And we have Jasmine, who finally showed up.
Hey, guys.
All right. First things first, thank you for joining us today. You can find us at thegameofnerds.com, so please check us out. We have some awesome stuff going on. First off, we're going to talk about, well, this is Fall TV, as you guys all know. We're going to talk about The Bastard Executioner. Have any four of you guys seen the first episode yet?
I haven't seen it at all. I didn't even know it was.
Okay.
No, but I heard a lot of gossip on this because this is by the same guy who did Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I heard there's some characters, or not characters, but some of the actors from Sons of Anarchy are going to Bastard Executioner, and this is like Kurt Sutter's like new like huge project or something like that.
Yes. So Kurt Sutter, just real quick background. He did The Shield, and then he went to Sons of Anarchy, and now it's this show, Bastard Executioner. So far, he's only brought over Katie Segal, which is his wife, and she plays a witch on the show, which she had a little bit of screen time, and you don't really know much about her. She did kind of a weird Welsh half something accent that just sounded terrible. If someone else liked it, forgive me, but I thought it was terrible.
Hey, I have to live with that accent daily.
No. Hold on. Okay. Before you...
Actually, it is a terrible accent, and I have to put up with it on a daily basis.
No.
They alienated half the world there.
Let me clarify, okay? What I meant was that she did it poorly. It's not the accent that's terrible. It's doing it poorly.
It's still a terrible accent.
Okay, so first things first, I talked to Tyler a little bit about this because he's going to be covering the show this season. He said, basically, Sons of Anarchy meets medieval times. And I know, first off, the critics have already said the show has a lot of blood and violence. They were just killing children and moms and stuff left and right, so it seemed a little unnecessary. I mean, with Sons of Anarchy, we got used to gratuitous violence, but with this, I mean, right off the gate, that's how it was. You know, for us Game of Thrones watchers, we're used to that kind of violence, but for being on FX, it's a little, I mean, I guess unnerving to some people if they don't watch Game of Thrones. But as far as the season premiere goes, it started off really slow. Didn't pick up till the second hour, and the one thing that I did notice was they were throwing a lot at you, like basically somebody died in the first half that it was kind of like, whatever, is the wife of someone. And basically, I think you're meant to care that she died, but since we had no idea who she was, it was kind of like, eh. Whereas when Jax's wife in Sons of Anarchy, when she died, it was like, oh my God, heartbreaking. You just want to kill yourself. So, I don't know, hopefully it progresses as the season goes on and gets a little bit better. It was cool to start off, but rocky. So I would say tune in to see what happens.
Yeah.
So next up, we're going to go with Doctor Who.
I'm so excited! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So if you didn't know, I'm live tweeting it tonight at 9 o'clock Pacific time, because that's what time I get it. So you're just going to have to watch it with me. But I am so freaking stoked for this. Like, I'm ready for this season. I am so sad that Clara is leaving. And so that Jenna Coleman is even leaving is breaking my heart already. But at the same time, is Maisie Williams going to be leaving Game of Thrones to come over to Doctor Who?
No.
Absolutely not. I refuse to believe that.
Listen, I love Maisie.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right, I like it. I like where your thought process is going, but I know. I mean, Game of Thrones can't lose her, first of all. That's a whole tangent we can't afford to go off on. But I think Maisie Williams is too young to be a companion. Honestly, to be a full-time companion, I think she's too young for it.
But to be honest, though, she's about 18 or 19 now, I think. And I think when the character Rose started off as the companion, she was about that age too.
Yeah, I think she just looks. She is but she's very small as a person, though. That's why she looks so little. But no, she's a lot older than she looks.
Oh, is she? Because I thought. Okay, here, I'm gonna have to verify this because I'm confused now.
I'm pretty sure she's around 18 or 19 at least.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are we all just gonna get on Google to make sure how?
Yeah, that's the question right now. How old?
Sorry,
everybody's just gonna Google.
This break sponsored by Google.
She's 18. She was born in 97, which makes me feel so old.
I know, right?
I was only born in 94.
Oh, come on.
I just turned 21 in June.
Okay, so now that we've established that Maisie Williams could potentially be a new companion, let's just backtrack real quick. So first off, it's been confirmed that the first episode tonight's going to include the Master and what else? I do know the Master's back though. So
I have to wonder though, is this the Master in the female form or in the male form? Because I'm still a bit confused by that.
Yeah, so I actually just caught up on Netflix watching the entire season in like a day, and I was flabbergasted. I already knew that she was him, the Master, or she was the Master, or whatever you want to say. But that threw me for a loop. That's definitely something to wrap your mind around. But yes, to clarify, the Master is back in female form. So last we saw her, she had been vanquished or died. So somehow she's found a way again to come back. So there's that. That should be quite interesting. And then also, so talking about this upcoming season, we're going to revisit how it is that the Doctor has his face from Pompeii. Stephen Moffat has said that the Doctor chooses the faces based upon faces he's seen. So I know some people have said, "Oh, does that mean we'll see David Tennant again? Does that mean we'll see Smith again? Who knows?" But at this point, just because of how we saw him already in Pompeii, they're going to revisit that. So that should be interesting to see how they figure that out. And then also, very, very, very big, amazing news. I still can't wrap my head around it. For the Christmas special, we have River Song coming. We have River Song. That has been confirmed. My heart is happy. She is my love.
I'm wondering how long they're gonna River Song's been with the Doctor a long time now, and as we remember, hers goes one way and his timeline goes the other way, and so she's already met her end. And where he meets her, last time she sees him, and the first time he sees her. Are we gonna get to a point where we're at the reverse end? Because we know where he buries her and all this other stuff. So.
Well, okay. Here's my thought process on it. My thought process is this: when she first saw him, when we had, when Silence of the Library, okay. With David Tennant, she had said, "Hey, this is the youngest I've ever seen you." So that makes it hard because this could be like 5 generations from now. River Song stops popping up, or it could be this one since Capaldi is pretty old. Old. This could be the last Doctor that she's with. So they could really play it out for as long as they want, and I appreciate it honestly because. they have so many storylines. They could create a whole new storyline that's crazy. I mean, they could just have a date, and I'd be happy. As long as she's there. Dude.
She is. Alex Kingston is the most amazing actress. I love her so much. She is just, she's amazing.
No, she really is. She brings so much life to that character. I mean, that character alone is just quite interesting. But putting her in there as an actress, it's amazing. She does an awesome job. So
it'll be good as well because Capaldi's Doctor he's really sort of dark and bitter. So it'll be interesting to see how she reacts to him when he's like that.
Exactly.
Well, you do bring up a good point because the one thing I don't like about the new Doctor is how much of a dick he is. Pardon the language, but he's a dick. And that's the one thing I haven't been able to wrap my head around it because you're so used to this fun, adventurous 10, this cantankerous 9, but he's still fun. And then, this goofy 11, and then you have 12 who's just F you, F you, F you, F you, F you, F everybody, It's like complete opposite of what the past Doctors have been. So the thing, though, is with each first series that the new Doctor does, it's always a little hard to get into them. And then come the second series, it's like, then that's when the crazy adventures happens, that's when the good storylines come out, and then that's when you start loving them. So I'm really hoping we have that this season.
What really bothers me still about Capaldi is how all the other Doctors have always been really sort of against violence and death in solving situations like that. And then this new Doctor is still willing to just let people die without trying to save them. And that, for me, kind of ruins the character a little bit. It doesn't really justify anything that he's done in the past.
Yeah, well, the thing that frustrated me, too, my wife brought it up, was he didn't seem appreciative at all that he just had his life saved. Like, he just went from regenerating to being a new Doctor and being a dick. And it's like, dude, Clara just saved your life, and you're not even going to try to thank her, be helpful, like anything. And then he just keeps, seemingly pushing her away. And it's like, dude, Gallifrey just saved you, your companion just saved you, and you're just kind of like, boop, 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 boop. So it's frustrating. I mean, and honestly, though, with Moffat, he always knows what he's doing. Always. Like, he's never let us down. He might have made us cry a couple times and scared, but he always does us good. So hopefully he continues to do so. So I don't know, Jazz, Shannon, any other things you want to interject?
We have the whole thing about finding Gallifrey, which I still think, are they still doing that?
I think that we're going to see it this season. Sorry. I don't think we're going to see this planet this season, but we might get pretty damn close. I mean, I can go hog wild and say that we will find it, and then maybe that's where Clara dies and she never sees Gallifrey. Or
no, we know how Clara ends up. We know how Clara ends up.
Oh.
Clara ends up on the dialect ship.
No. Oh, that's true. She does, doesn't she?
No. Clara.
No. That is one of how did it go?
One of her past Claras.
It's one of the splinters of her. When she splintered across the Doctor's timeline, that was one of them. That's why
That's true. Okay. You guys are right. So you're right.
I get a little overexcited about that.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm
no. That's why I love you. Defend your fandom. Defend it.
The one thing that I'm not excited about is the Daleks. I'm kind of starting to grow a bit tired of them by this point.
I hope they wait till the end of the season to use them. I mean, if they're going to use them. I mean, they brought back so many of the classic ones. I mean, as you can tell behind me, we collect pops. And the dialects are one of the most ones I have. They've made so many Doctors and so many different ones that, I mean, I'm even wearing my dialect shirt today. Save the dialect. So, I mean, I feel you, Jasmine. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of tiring because there's always been this seemingly end to the Daleks. Like, they'll eliminate them, but then a whole new race of them's found, or there's a sect of them, or something, and it's just kind of, yeah, let's get a new crazy people. Let's bring back the Weeping Angels for a season, okay? Because those guys scare the shit out of me. Let's bring back some of those angel babies, like in Angels in Manhattan. That was some of the scariest crap in the world, okay? After watching that episode, I had to keep the lights on because I kept hearing that hee hee hee.
That was a good impression. That was really good, Nico.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, hopefully we see Gallifrey this season. So let's go on to.
Oh, don't forget. Oh, wait, but don't forget, I'm live tweeting tonight at 9 p.m. and I'm going to be live tweeting every week after that at 9 p.m. Pacific. So go follow us at the Game of Nerds on Twitter. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, and that brings us to Charlie.
Hey guys. Okay, so I will be live tweeting Gotham every Monday starting Monday 21st at 8 p.m. Central Time. Tune in, tweet with me, it'll be fun. I want to cover first like just the defining moments we had in Gotham Season 1 because it's building up to Season 2, which is subtitled Rise of the Villains. So, one of the defining moments for me, personally, was watching Barbara Keene, Jim Gordon's ex-fiancée, was watching her sanity crumble. That was pretty cool to me because it brings up this whole new storyline that we really haven't seen in the comics. And, personally, I loved how they handled it, especially because there's now rumored that a death will happen in Season 2, and I feel like she's going to come into play with that. But for those of you who don't know, what happened with Barbara was that she got kidnapped.
Didn't she get kidnapped and she, like, the guy made her go, like, back crap insane, like, and, like,
Yes.
turned her on herself and, like, told her, you know, like, no, you're gonna kill your parents and all this stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
He kidnapped her. He saw, like, the crazy on the brink, and then he just kind of pushed her over the edge. And when Jim rescued her, he shot the ogre, the bad guy, in the head. And I feel like to her, whether she realizes it or not, that was like killing her partner in crime. It was killing her mentor. And I think the death, and this is my theory, guys, this is in fact.
Mm-hmm.
This is, the theory I have is that she's going to go after Harvey Bullock, which is Jim's partner, his Gotham mentor, his partner in crime. I think she's going to kind of take an eye for an eye, and that's going to be the death in Gotham Season 2.
That's a good theory. I didn't think of it that way.
Yep. Think about the show too much. A little bit too much. It's what I do in my free time. I just sit around and ponder this. I'm very, very excited for Season 2. I want to see where they take the character Jerome, the Joker. I'm so excited.
Sick. He is like, okay. So you know how the Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker like just creeps you the frick out, like it just okay. He does the same exact thing. He is Heath Ledger freaking creepy.
Oh, I love him. I can't tell you how to pronounce his last name, so if I butcher it, sorry. Cameron Monaghan, I believe. He played in Shameless, and he is such a good actor. I love that he brought the like Jack Nicholson Joker laugh to his character. I love his laugh. I can't wait to see more of him in Season 2 and see how all of the villains tie together. I'm so excited about this.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. So, as most of the editors know, and for you guys watching right now, I don't have cable, so I try. Usually, the way I keep up on shows is next season on Netflix, right before the new season premieres, and they catch 1 or 2 episodes throughout the new season. So,
unless you're like me, who doesn't get to watch TV at all, so you get everything spoiled by all your staff members who turn in their posts with their weekly review of the episode that you haven't watched because it's sitting on your DVR.
Well, needless to say, I haven't had a chance to watch Gotham first season, but I did want to just because, hey, it's Batman Universe, of course. But seeing this upcoming season and what it looks like just blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. So, from a standpoint of having seen the first season, I just gotta say, like, you guys like going to watch the second season. I can just tell it's gonna be epic and make someone who hasn't seen it want to see it. So, kudos for continuing to watch it, and it looks good. So.
I know I don't look like the Batman contributor. I've got like all my Deadpool crap on, but you know, I really am. I promise. I really am.
All right, so Charlie, is that everything for you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm super excited about this show. I can't wait to see Robin Lord Taylor. I've loved him since he was in The Walking Dead as Hippie Sam. That floored me when I connected that. It was really cool of me to do. Really cool of him to do, rather. I mean, I'm cool too, but. But I'm excited, guys. Come tweet with me. I start Monday, September 21st at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be live tweeting. Come tweet with me, talk with me, use the goofy hashtags.
All right, be there, be square. Okay, John. Next up, we have Fear the Walking Dead. Oh no, yeah, let's go. Fear the Walking Dead. What do you got on it so far? It's already premiered, so give us the scoop.
Well, we just finished the first 3 episodes. It had like the biggest ratings opener ever, and it has been declining the past 2 weeks, which I'm not surprised about. The ratings are still amazing. It's just kind of slow play. A lot of people that have liked the regular Walking Dead are expecting something different, and a lot of people are contradictory because one of the things I always hear is, how did it start? You know, what caused it? How come nobody knows? And this is a show that goes from the beginning, and you would think, again, in theory, that you might be able to uncover something on how this all started, but then all I kind of hear is, you know, it's more storyline based. I mean, it is what it is.
My problem with the first few episodes, and this is me and Andy's problem with it. I mean, we love The Walking Dead. Like, we love this show. We love it, okay? But the Fear the Walking Dead, I feel, is so slow. Like, it crawls in pace. And I feel like a lot of the things that they do, I'm thinking, no, you're smarter than that. Like, did you really just do that? Like, are you that stupid? Like,
I know.
Like, fuck this. Like, I'm done. Like, you are so stupid, I can't handle this.
Every single episode, I throw my hands up and be like, George Romero. Does no one know George Romero? Call of Duty Ghosts or Call of Duty Zombies. Does nobody know any of the rules of anything ever? It's like, do you not know shoot a zombie in the head? Do you not know to not run around all willy-nilly and just yell and scream like an artard, you know, in an apocalypse? And in LA, who goes and leaves their sliding door open? In LA, it doesn't even have to be an apocalypse. I mean, people are retarded. And I'm just like, you know, I feel for the zombies. Tobias is the smartest one, and he has not even episode 3, which really makes me mad. If Tobias was with this last group in this last episode, it would be a 5-minute episode, and they would already been out of town. They would have been moved on because he was like, no, you guys are, you know, that's not Susan. Let's go. So in a way, I kind of root for the zombies because the zombies are actually smart. They realize that, hey, you just go and eat people, and that's what they do, and they're doing it well compared to the population.
Let me get this straight. So now, let me get this. So Fear the Walking Dead is now about rooting for the zombies, and Walking Dead is about rooting for the people.
You got it.
That's a whole new post for the website. There you go.
Except when it comes to Tobias. Everybody needs to root.
Yeah, if Tobias dies, we riot. It's the same type of thing like with Daryl.
Exactly.
I know exactly.
Well, and the other thing is I always mark out when I see the airplane because again I know some people have probably heard about it that they're going to do a webisode, a standalone 30-minute after this season to show what happens when the outbreak happens on an airplane, and then after that, at least one survivor, I don't know how many survivors are on that plane, but some survivor off that plane is going to join the cast for season 2. So every single time you see the airplane, if you didn't know, that kind of makes sense. And every single time I see it, and it's like all in distress, and it was like all going crazy. I'm like, oh sweet, something's happening. So now it's kind of a little interesting little twist that The Walking Dead and the Fear the Walking Dead AMC group is doing. So besides cheering for zombies, I always cheer when I see the airplane.
There you go. I'm excited to see this the airplane thing. What is it? Gonna be a web episode or something like that?
So what they're going to do is a 30-minute webisode on their website at first, and then what they're going to do is during the season of The Walking Dead, during some part of the commercial break, they're going to start doing a little snippet. So if you don't actually watch the webisode, I think it's going to put it on first for a while and then take it down, then you would get, I don't know, like a 3-minute clip every episode of the regular Walking Dead season 6.
That's cool.
That just means you get no pee breaks unless you record it, and... I'm just saying.
Just being real with us all. You better hold it those 3 minutes.
I don't know if you guys can hear it. There's like a whistle of an airplane going over my house right now. So just good timing there. Hopefully it's not really.
I love it.
So, okay, I just want to bring up, I just want to bring up a point, okay? So you guys were saying, hey, these people are kind of being stupid. Going back to what you were saying about how can you do this in an apocalypse? Have you never watched any kind of movie? And the point I want to bring up is they've never said zombie in any of this show. We know it's a zombie, right? But they call them walkers, everything else. They've never said zombie. So instead, universe, maybe you could say that the word zombies never existed. So they don't know what it is. Just to throw something out there, I know it's stupid, but also, not everybody in the world believes in zombies. Not everyone follows zombies. As much as there's a cult following with zombies for the last, decade or years of zombies, not a lot of people will follow it. So if you look at it from that standpoint of not everybody would know to shoot a zombie in the head, or take certain precautions based off of a movie or video game or whatever, then they're dealing with a crazy person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, for us, it's
here's the thing. They make it seem so modern. The guy's got an iPhone, and he's got it, they're all got their iPods and their headphones in. You're telling me in 2015, in LA, nobody's heard of a goddamn zombie? You are high. Yeah, no.
Or Travis, he comes back and this guy, the zombie walker, whatever you want, is eating the dog, and he goes up to him and starts talking to him because it's his neighbor, and he's not trying to not only kill him, he's trying to push him back and reason with him. And it's just, and then their neighbor Susan, they knew that something was wrong. And they're like, this is Susan. She's sick. She's just trying to eat her face off. It's NBD. She's totally gonna be fine.
It's just in real life, not really about the show. A handful of years back, I'm sure we all remember the face eater in Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody, that was drugs, that was an illness. So applying that same logic to Fear of the Walking Dead, they're looking at it as the Florida face eater. Oh, these guys it's just some crazy illness that's going around making people do this, but they're not dead, they're just sick.
Hey, I agree with you, John. It is stupid, how the guy was trying to reason with him. It's stupid. Yeah, there's some stupid stuff where it's come on, and that's why I'm just trying to say, on the flip side of that, and hopefully maybe the creators will say something someday of why they made them so stupid in a sense is, oh, we were trying to make it realistic because half the population is dumbasses. So, who knows? I was just trying to give a flip side of what you guys were talking about. That's all. No one appreciates that. That's fine.
Nobody likes your opinion, Nico.
What? Okay, So let's talk about The Walking Dead. What to expect this season, whatever. Give us what you think.
Well, this is going to be pretty epic, and it's going to start from the first episode. I think 645. I think was the key number for episode number 1. They have or 654. Oh, one of those two. They have over 600 actors that are going to be playing walkers for episode 1 of season 6. So exactly. So something big is going to be happening. That first episode is going to be one of those hour-and-a-half ones. So you think either one of two things: either that herd that Abraham and the crew saw when they were driving their fire truck, or the wolves are actually leading a bunch of walkers to the settlement because they know where they're at. Either way, something big is going to be happening right from the get-go. I'm pretty excited for it.
Is it going to take? Is the premiere going to happen right after of what? Is it going to happen right after what happened last season, or is it going to be some little grace period?
No, it's going to pick right up right where Rick was meeting Morgan.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
So it's also interesting to kind of see what's going to be their little, I guess war.
Quick,
Their little different signs.
We got some guests. Say hi to the guests. Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi. They wanted to show you their pumpkins. Sorry.
Oh no, those are awesome pumpkins. I like those pumpkins.
They're pretty cool.
Neat. I love you.
Say bye.
Bye.
Come on, babies. Let's
All
have
right.
lunch.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, my nephew is the cutest thing ever.
All right, so go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. So it's gonna be interesting to see, how Morgan and Rick, how they, I guess, have their internal strife this season. Morgan's been back and forth. Rick, you can say, has been back and forth. So it's kind of interesting to see how that goes. A couple notes or things that I've kind of heard. We might be seeing a flashback where we'll see Merle again, which I always like Merle's character. So right, and I'm sure somebody has a little tidbit on all things Merle, and then also
I saw a smile coming from her. She smiled hella big. Okay.
yeah, I know.
He's really nice. I really like him, okay?
Michael Rooker's just a good guy. That's all it is. Merle may be a terrible person, but Michael Rooker's just a good
He's
guy.
a regular guy. Yeah, exactly.
He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. He is just, I'll tell you what.
Especially when he's wrapping pillows.
Hey,
I've loved his Morgan
I had
Freeman
a
voice.
great time at Wizard World San Jose. Okay, that's all I can say.
True. It's true.
It's true. We had a blast. We had fun without you, Nico.
Oh,
Hey, I have my Star Wars hangout to do. Okay, so don't judge me. All right, I have work to do.
I had work to do. We were working. We were just working and having fun.
We watched it when we were eating lunch.
Yeah.
on The Walking Dead, though, I do want to give a quick shout out because I loved this part of season 5, and I just have to bring it up. When Eugene actually saved Tara's life, he really stepped up for a person who's always been super kind to him, and I loved that he finally got to that point. And I had to give a shout out for that part because I loved that episode so much.
Kind of feel like I should watch The Walking Dead.
Probably.
Yeah,
You can join in.
Guys, it took a little while to get used to it, but once you're into it, it's like, oh, you cannot stop. It's way better than any horror film.
Hey, there's a reason why it's like the #1 show, okay, or in the top shows. I mean, it's a good show. It's The Walking Dead. Yes, it is a good show.
Yeah.
I got the kids arguing with me.
Everyone
yeah.
loves little zombies.
I had to give a little shout out to Eugene on that part because I don't know if it's because she's also gay, but I spiritually connect with Tara, and just the fact that he saved her life, it made me pretty happy that he stepped up like that.
I think he had just a rocky season, and he had to have redemption in some way, and that moment was his redemption moment because he just fucked up so many times during the season that he had to do something, otherwise he was zombie fodder. Like he was done for.
He had to do it for himself as much as for Tara. That's the thing.
Exactly.
That was his moment to put his big boy pants on and realize that if he's gonna make it, and especially after that talk that they had when they were on the outside, it's like that he thought that he saved their life, and then she's just like, no, like we saved yours. You have to realize that this is how it goes. It gives and takes, and so I think he kind of really opened his eyes, and especially when Noah died too, when they couldn't save Noah, and
oh yeah,
Yeah.
So there was a whole lot going on right at the same time. So I think he that was his turning point, and if anything is kind of like the comics, then Eugene's going to be having a nice big turning point, kind of focal, coming up, and maybe not this season, but the next coming season. So it'll be interesting to see. I know that they make a lot of changes between the comics and the show, but I mean he basically couldn't be more worthless than he is now. So he really doesn't have anywhere else to go but up.
exactly.
But, I'm really interested to see how Eugene.
So, real quick, I just want to say two things. One, I'm really excited to see how Carol does this season because
Carol and her cookies.
Carol and her cookies.
I can't wait till that pop comes out. Carol and her cookies and a nice sweater vest. That'll be sweet.
It's gonna happen.
Well, I just gotta recap, and everyone knows this. Let me just say it again. Let's just say for Jasmine, who knows nothing about The Walking Dead, Carol started as an abused woman who, said yes sir, no sir to her husband, just very timid woman, okay? And she's slowly grown over the past 5 seasons to be the most
badass motherfucker.
Oh, dude, first episode last season, I was like, woo! Like, oh my god, it was amazing. So, she's another character where she's only going up. And honestly, I will riot if they ever kill Carol. Like, she's just one of those characters that is just, she's awesome. She's just Betty Badass. So, can't wait to see what's in store for her this season. And then secondly, the other thing is Rick. We have Rick.
I think he's on his downfall.
And that's kind of where I was going with that. It started last season, and I feel like this season's going to culminate with something big happening with him. I don't think they'll kill him off. I don't know. I can't say much because I don't know the comics like John does, and maybe he can help out better because maybe he knows something coming in the pipeline and we don't. But from a standpoint of not knowing anything, I think something big is going to go down with him this season just because he was spiraling out of control last season, and I see it continue to do this season. But, I mean, what do you think, John?
All right, so a couple of things. So we'll go back to your first point on Carol. First of all, in the comics, she doesn't even make it out of the prison. So there's a lot of different characters. So it's all new ground for her. And also, and I don't remember which episode of The Talking Dead, but she also mentioned that when T-Dog died in the prison, it was originally written for her to be the one that was going to die in that scene in the prison. So she went and kind of told the producers that she thinks that there's more character and more story for her character to tell, and she pleaded for her character to be spared, and it is amazing and awesome that actually happened because we have seen she was right. There was a lot more character arc for Carol in the show to go, so I mean, big ups to her on that. Where she can go, again, it's open-ended because there's no character, her character is gone, and there's no character counterpart that's still alive in the comics that kind of had her story arc. So I say everything's open-ended for her. In regards to Rick, just my personal feeling, I don't think that Rick would ever be killed off on the show. I want to say the same thing with Carl, myself. I think Rick is gonna. I think he's gonna go spiral out of control again. I think he's gonna have some crazy moments. I think he's gonna lose some things that is really gonna push him to one end or another. I don't necessarily think it's gonna be a death, but I guess also gonna go with kind of one of my predictions is that a key character is gonna lose something very important to survival. I think that's kind of gonna throw Rick for a loop. There's the biggest, and I say as in like at least 2, maybe 3 years of comic book wise for a major character that's coming up. I don't necessarily think that we're going to see him in season 6, but Rick's gonna go through a shit show. Let's just say that. So I can see him spiraling out of control. I don't see him dying otherwise. Their whole characters, their whole storylines is just blown up.
Exactly. Like, who would be the next one in charge? Like, what do? Put Daryl in charge of everybody?
Carol! Hello! Put Carol in charge!
I would say... But
I would even say if on the very rare off chance they do kill off Rick, it could even go to Morgan becoming the leader of the group because he's so, I guess, nirvana with the world around him, and it might very well be that it's because the only other person he's really had to take care of is Dwayne, and when he kind of failed at that, he just branched off on his own. I feel like he's maybe never really been with a big group, especially leading the group, so there could be a good character arc there too, and he might get to the point where he snaps or spirals or something. If on the off chance they ever killed Rick, which I doubt they would do, but...
I don't even think Morgan's finished his redemption. I think it's just another layer of his whole clear. Because he's going from one extreme to another. So I don't even think that the Morgan that we see now is the real long-term Morgan.
All right, kids, we're running short on time, so we gotta go to the next show. Is there any last-minute things you want to say, John, before we hop on the next one?
Nope.
All right. Again, to reiterate, John, you're going to be live tweeting The Walking Dead as well as The Fear of the Dead still, correct?
Correct. 9 o'clock Pacific time, Sundays.
Yeah, he's got the zombies.
All right.
All zombies, all dead.
Hey, and that brings us to Supernatural, guys. We're doing it this time because it's going to be airing in a couple weeks. So, Jasmine, go ahead and take the show. Tell us what you think.
Woo-hoo, girl!
Alright, so here we go. So, we're heading into season 11 now. And if those of you who haven't watched it, last season ended off with Sam and Dean releasing a new enemy called the Darkness. So this new season is going to be about them trying to find out, A, what the Darkness is, how to contain it, which, yes, which Shannon might be able to shed a little light on, perhaps. And
was that a pun?
Well, it's just...
Shannon's gonna shed light on the darkness. Was that a pun?
Well, it's an intentional pun.
First off, the Darkness is the most crappiest name for, like, the most baddest thing ever. Like, it's just a bad name. Like, I agree with Carly, it's a bad name. So anyway, so the Darkness... You killed Death. What the hell did you expect was gonna happen? Like, Sunshines and Roses? You freaking killed Death, Dean!
Well, this is the thing. They kind of went up on this thing that, killing Death is impossible, and then they went and did that, and then they just kind of finished off the last season with Sam jinxing it and going, well, that went well. Nothing bad has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be about the Darkness sort of taking over the world, and what they're going to do. They're going to bring back a bunch of old characters. So we know that John Winchester, their dad, is going to be brought back. So there's been a lot of rumor that, there's going to be that awkward kind of confrontation between them and their dad, which they haven't had for a good couple of years now, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had any relatives through. And, they keep teasing, the producers keep teasing that they're going to bring more and more people back from their past. So I won't be surprised if we see people like Ellen and Joe, Bobby. Now here's the other thing. So this is just my theory, and you know, every year I come up with some stupid supernatural theory, and half the time I'm right, half the time I'm wrong. So this is my theory. You let out the darkness, which means you let something out of its cage, which we all know what happens when you let something out of the cage, and we know what's in the cage.
Well, we know there are 2 things in the cage.
No, there's 3 things in the cage. There's three things in the cage. Lucifer, Michael, and Adam.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Michael. But it'll be good
Everyone forgot about Adam, and you forgot about Michael.
Oh god. Well, it'll be good if they get Adam out, because they keep sort of joking about how they forgot their brother, which they accidentally locked in the cage with Lucifer a couple of seasons ago, and everyone just kind of goes, "Oh yeah, we have a brother."
So it's just going to be really exciting. I think they're trying to go back to their roots of Supernatural, back to, you know, the basics. And, you know, recently on TNT they've been doing a lot of the reruns. And it's been really, really nice to see Season 1 and Season 2 of Dean and Sam, and just kind of seeing that old school Supernatural where their main problem was beating a monster every week, and it was just one monster, and it wasn't this long, drawn-out Leviathans or, you know, the Mark of Cain and all these kind of things. It's, you know, it was just one werewolf a week, or, you know, one vampire, you know, whatever.
I think the problem with Supernatural, and I say this as much as I love this show with my heart and soul, when they got to the point where they started introducing archangels into the plot, there wasn't really anything that they could do to top it off that would be scarier than archangels to still keep the show interesting for people to want to follow it.
No, it's true. And I think that's why they're going back to their basics. They're going back to the roots, and I think they should, because that's where the heart and soul of most of our fans are in with those major lovable characters that we love and we've grown to love, because those are part of the Winchester team free will family.
Can we just talk about how there are still 5 monster families running Chicago and no hunters to keep an eye on it?
Yeah, I love how they went off on that tangent and yet did not even close that at all. And who knows, it may come back and bite us in the ass in a future season.
So there's a lot of potential for this season, but I think it's going to be heavily drawn on, maybe not necessarily the darkness itself, but there's going to be a lot of old family drama brought back, and I think they're going to go, well, as Shannon said, back to the roots, make the show about what it was from the beginning, about the brothers being, you know, a family.
Exactly. That's why I think the whole Sam being, you know, addicted or having some addiction to this darkness has something to do with the fact of the demon blood and all this other stuff. So we'll have to see when the season, you know, as the season comes in October. And so when we have our October hangout, we can talk about at least the first 2 episodes, I think. So we'll have the first 2 episodes under our belt.
It's out on the 7th, I think.
Yes, I believe so.
And I think that's about it I have for Supernatural.
Copy that. Well, that brings us to the big dog herself, Shannon.
What?
So, you got a couple of shows to talk to us about, so why don't you start off with Grey's Anatomy and tell us what's going on?
Okay, so I'm actually covering a bunch of shows for a bunch of different people who you know, couldn't make it today. So first off, we forgot to give a huge shout out to the Mindy Project. You guys are freaking awesome. Let me just say
Absolutely.
that. You guys are awesome. You are amazing people. Keep kicking ass, because you guys are awesome. Congratulations to our contest winners who were part of one of our first contests that we had scheduled. And keep watching the Mindy Project. They're going to be live tweeting on Mondays. Or no, on Tuesdays. Yeah, on Tuesday night. So catch them, Sarah and Hasty out there live tweeting. So Grey's Anatomy. We're talking about Grey's Anatomy. So last season we had Derek dead, so we no longer have McDreamy, which is
What?
I ruined everything. I'm so sorry. So this is what they're saying. They're saying this is going to become a very Meredith-centric show, and there's going to be a softer side of Grey's Anatomy. I'm very interested to see how this season goes out. You know, Grey's Anatomy is very much a high, fast-paced show, and if it's going to be slowed down, I'm trusting Shonda Rhimes is going to take it in a way that's good and not a bad way. So you're good to go on that one.
I kind of have to be honest, I didn't even realize the Grey's Anatomy was still on the air.
Oh, really?
Same.
Oh, I see. Hello, Nathaniel. Did you? Yeah. Hi. I love you. For everyone, that's my lovely little godson and my nephew. He's my favorite thing in the entire world.
Oh, no,
And he throws away. He's like, no, forget it. I don't like you anymore. I only like you when you send me Legos, Auntie. I only like you when you send me Legos.
I like it when you send me Legos. Send me some Legos.
No, I send him Legos so that you can put them together.
Yeah, I like that part of it, okay? That's why I want more Legos. I need more Legos to put together. But, okay, sorry, Jasmine, we cut you off. So you said you didn't realize Grey's Anatomy was still going on?
No, I kind of thought that ended a couple of seasons ago.
Same.
You know, it keeps on going. I think it's the same along the same lines as ER, and that's why like CBS has a new show that's supposed to be along the same lines, Code Black. But I think Grey's Anatomy is our era of, you know, ER. That's our medical drama that everybody loves. So not many medical dramas go this far. So props to Grey's Anatomy for keep chugging along.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got Big Bang.
Oh, that's also me. Big Bang Theory. All right, so when we last left, Sheldon had a ring for Amy. And here's the thing. I want to know how this turns out. We all know from the previews that we've seen in the last few weeks that have came out that Leonard and Penny are going to get married and that there is a wedding scene. They do make it to Vegas. And that they probably will finally tie the knot. I want to know about Shamey. Give me the Shamey I need to know about Sheldon and Amy. And apparently the producers say we should know in the first few minutes of the first episode the answer to the Shamey questions. So, that's all I got. We just have to wait.
Well, I did hear that. Well, maybe I was wrong. I do want to say that I heard something that Sheldon's going to be like really heartbroken this season, or at least the first episode. So... so it could be that Shamey's not going on the first episode, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But the other interesting aspect is if Leonard and Penny do get married, or they will get married, how are they going to have a living arrangement? That's the one big thing that was brought up is how is Sheldon going to deal with that? So that's
That might have something to do with him getting heartbroken then, if that might be a part of the plot.
Yeah, because I don't see them breaking up, Amy and Sheldon at any point because, I mean, they're too good for each other, and Sheldon and Amy have spent so much time building this relationship for them to just chuck it away in one episode.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes this season. But, okay, and that brings us last, but certainly not least, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right, so this is one of my favorite shows, and I'm actually sad that I'm not covering this show this season, and actually we're looking for a contributor to cover it. So if you're interested in covering Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're looking. So email at thegameofnerds@gmail.com. Okay, there you go, I got it out. All right, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. When we last left, we have the Inhumans. Nico, thank you. Thank you for clapping for me, you jerk. So when we last left, we know that now we have Inhumans. And here's the thing with the whole Inhumans mutant controversy. So technically, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can't use the word mutants because Fox owns the rights to X-Men, which has the term mutants.
Which makes me so angry.
Yeah, so Marvel has to go with the Inhumans route. So basically they're using the Inhumans storyline to basically byline into the Inhumans movie and all this other stuff. So there you go. So now we know we have a few Inhumans because we know that Skye, a.k.a. Daisy Johnson, now a.k.a. Quake, is going to be running her own team of Inhumans and trying to basically find these Inhumans and know who they are. And we know Ward is not a good guy now. He is definitely on Team Bad Guy. And the part that I love about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that it goes very much in line with the Marvel movies. So there's a lot of crossover, and it kind of keeps the Marvel universe put together. And Marcos, I wish Marcos was here because Marcos is really great at explaining these kind of things. When you bring all the movies, the TV, and the web series, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is freaking huge. Like, it's getting out of control. But especially now we've got what? Jessica Jones comes out November 20th. Luke Cage comes out in 2016. What was that, Jess?
Agent Carter season 2 is coming out as well.
Exactly, and then we're gonna, so definitely Marvel is pumping up for Civil War and everything else, and especially since they're going against DC very soon. Eventually DC is gonna be unleashing their onslaught of everything, so it should be really interesting to see in the next few weeks how the Marvel DC universes level out here. And on the Game of Nerds we go both ways. We love DC and we love Marvel. We don't favor one or the other, and I get this a lot in our email is, oh, we only cover Marvel or we only cover DC. We try and not do that. It's basically what comes up. It's what people send us. So if you want more Marvel or more DC, send it into our submission link, because the only way you'll see it is if somebody sends it in and be that person.
Hey, we'll never go Star Trek. It's all Star Wars all the way. Never Star Trek.
See, my only problem that I have with Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I said this in our other hangouts, is the fact that Inhumans it's known by so few people that if you go and watch the film and you haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you are going to get really confused about what's going on unless they cover it in a really good way for those who haven't watched the show.
Well, here's the thing with the Marvel Universe now. There's like a set list. You can actually go online and look up the viewing list of the episodes, the movies, and everything, and what order you're supposed to watch it in for it to make sense. And then, there's one part, I think it's right when Captain America Winter Soldier comes out, where you have to, watch half a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., stop, watch the movie, then watch the rest of the season, and then you watch another movie, then you've got to jump over to Daredevil or some crap like that. It's ridiculous. It really is. For it all to make sense. That's why I say that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting ridiculous, and this is something Marcos is amazing at doing, and I wish he was here to explain it, because he would be doing a better job than me.
Write a post to explain it all, to break it down properly.
I would need a whiteboard and 9 million different colors to try and explain it. It's that, and that's why I think DC is going the way of keeping its movies and its TV separate, is to avoid crap like this. Eventually, Marvel's going to screw up, and, they're going to have to backtrack. I mean, look at Fox. Fox now has to put Gambit and Deadpool in the new Apocalypse movie to make the last Wolverine movie make sense.
Pretend like the last Wolverine movie didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
That we were all just simultaneously on LSD and imagined it.
It'll be interesting. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes out at the end of this month, so by next month we'll be able to have a preview on what the first few episodes are like, and it'll give us a good look at what the next few moves that Marvel's going to try to make, because really the next big movie for Marvel is, think about this, it's Captain America, right?
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, because Doctor Strange doesn't come out till the following November.
No, yeah, something like that, I think.
We'll get Deadpool. We get Deadpool before that.
Deadpool!
That's what it is. We get Deadpool, and then don't we get Gambit 2 next year too?
Sadly.
Yeah. I've been hearing so much drama on that I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed back another year.
And on the DC side, we get Suicide Squad. I'm very excited about that.
And I'm excited about we're almost down to what, 6 months left on Batman versus Superman.
I think so, somewhere around there.
So, all right. Well, Nate looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Where are you going today, Nate?
Where are you?
I'm at my house. Where are you?
At my dad's house.
Well, then you come here.
Hey, say we're gonna see you at Heroes and Villains in a couple months. Tell her what you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be General Grievous.
Yes, that's my boy.
Yep. General Grievous is his favorite character.
There we go. That's my boy.
All right, guys. Well, we gotta wrap this up. Thank you for joining us on this lovely afternoon. You can find the Game of Nerds at our YouTube channel, The Game of Nerds. You can also find us at Facebook.com, The Game of Nerds, and then also Twitter at The Game of Nerds. So make sure to check us out. We're awesome. We have stuff going all the bloody time. And then also to.
Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say we've got all our live tweets starting next week, so please be on on our Twitter definitely to be checking out for all your different live tweets as we figure out the next, the fall live tweet schedule.
Yes, please check that out. And then also to top it all off, you can next check us out. Mando Clan is doing a hangout on October 3rd at 12 o'clock. And then Fall Domination TV Part 2 airs on October 17th. Oh, there you go. October 17th at, we're going to say 9 a.m. this time so we can get more people on board. So it's a little early for everybody, but that's what coffee's for. So that's where you can find us next time, and we cannot wait to see you there. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, you guys.
See you later.
All right.
See you
Guys,
guys.
next time.